If you hadn't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the King and I Life podcast with your host, Soul Toucher, the Poet, Phoenix, and Sun Soul X. We got a hot one for you tonight.
Yes, sir.
Can men handle a cheating woman? Can they handle it? The general consensus is no. But before we get into this topic, definitely hit us up on Facebook. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit our YouTube channel, King and I Life Podcast. Send us an email, KINGANDEYE@gmail.com, or send us a voice message on Anchor so we can get your feedback and all that good stuff. Now we're about to get into this topic. This is truly a battle of the sexes conversation. People cheat, but who can handle it better, men or women? Although the title is directed towards men, can women handle infidelity better? What say my two co-hosts?
I say yes, we do handle it better. I think men can't handle it. They can't handle nor process the same hurt that they give out. That's my say.
Right.
And what you say?
Is, clear my throat on this. Clear my throat. I don't think men can handle it as well as women. I do think that some men are mentally prepared for it, though. And what I mean by that is when you play this game, or when you play the game, I'll put it like that. When you play the game,
yeah.
When you play the game, you have to know that, if you out there on that field, you ain't going to be the only one out there. So if you aren't prepared mentally for the possibility of someone else, a Jody perhaps, or someone along that line,
hey, Mr. Jody.
perhaps coming in through that back door there, you can't be out there like that. You know what I'm saying? It's what I'm trying to say to you is here. If you're gonna play the game, you gotta know that there's a strong possibility that you ain't the only one playing. So if your woman is doing the same thing that you doing, mentally you better be prepared for the possibility of it. So that's something that you got to foresee. Hey, if this happens to me, I have to digest that now. Don't wait until the moment happens and it's a big surprise. No, it's not a big surprise at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to prepare yourself just in case that shit do go down for you. That's how I feel about it.
My input on that is immature males can't handle it. Do I think women can handle infidelity better? Yes and no. I will also add to what y'all was saying, and because this topic was thrown at me last night, and we was having a discussion about, she was around a whole bunch of men, and they was like, ain't nobody gonna cheat on me, blah, blah, blah. And I think the problem is a lot of dudes are running around here with the mentality that they can't be cheated on or whatever the case may be.
That part.
So they have it in their mind that since they feel like ain't nobody gonna cheat on them, they don't mentally prepare for that. But the thing about it is, like you were saying, you get on that field, you're gonna get hit. So
damn right you're gonna get hit.
There is no reason why any man should not be mentally and emotionally prepared for that, knowing damn well at some point in your life, maybe when you was younger, maybe you dipped out while your marriage, you got to be prepared for that. I can't accept the fact that men just be like, I can't handle my woman cheating on me, and if she cheat on me, I'm gonna break some. Get the hell out of here. Nah, come on, man.
Now, me being the woman of all of this, and me hearing the male when you're in the relationship. Do you understand that men feel like that is solely theirs? That is like literally like in their core being. It's not just the male ego, it's the psyche, it's everything that men stand for. This is mine. This particular one, when they actually choose one, it's their, that's my precious, and the thought of anybody else having their precious triggers an innate anger, because they literally feel violated, and it causes them to react in a negative way. 9 times out of 10, when a man finds out that his woman has cheated, he is completely done with her. He might stay with her for a little while, but it's a wrap. In his mind, that's the new car smell is gone. That's used goods.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, a man will go out and cheat and make babies on this chick that he claimed he loves so much and that he's so possessive of, and he will actually want her to accept all of his flaws, but she's not allowed to have any because he has her on this pedestal that, oh no, she's good and she's holy and she's wholesome and she's my number one. You know, she's the one I have up here. If anybody else can be like, oh, I know what you get at home, she's no longer any good for him. Because at the end of the day, all men want that crown jewel. They all want it. The nice, shiny diamond, ruby, sapphire, whatever color you like, right here in the middle of your crown.
Right.
And what makes it so special is nobody around has this same sapphire or ruby or whatever. The moment somebody has this particular one, they don't want it anymore. So the male psyche is not equipped to handle cheating, because they honestly feel like men are supposed to. You know how often I hear, well, you know, men just gonna be men. You know, I can love my woman wholeheartedly and I can just go out and have sex. Another reason that men, they don't mean nothing. That's just some sex. Another reason that men can't handle it is because men feel like women cheat emotionally. It's like men feel like we can put our feelings in our back pocket and drop our drawers and just bang somebody out and don't give two shits about them. But for a woman to take her clothes off, she's all, oh, you feeling him. Oh, you let him smash. Oh, you was all into him. Y'all, I know how you feel. You must got some feelings for dude. It's not necessarily true. We the same as y'all.
Not true.
That's just my take on it.
True. So that leads us into the. You got something to add to that?
Yeah, I will say this. And this is something me and my wife, we discussed before we even got married, right? I had been in previous relationships where, you know, I did my dirt, you know, take off the damn angel wings. I did my dirt. But I also had dirt thrown on me. You know what I mean? Like I had that shit come back around me on like a damn boomerang. But by the time we got married, I had pretty much already made up my mind. And I told her, I was like, look, if you ever feel like there's a time in your life while me and you are married or together, where you feel like you want someone else, you know, someone else, you know, floats your boat a little bit higher than me, just let me know. I'm man enough to handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when you done had your heart broken a few times and you done broke a lot of hearts, you got to know that there has to be balance. So I told her that. I was like, just let me know up front. If that's what you want, me and you can go our separate ways. No hard feelings. But I appreciate the fact that you're a woman enough to come to me and tell me, hey, I'm feeling somebody else.
Right.
But after the fact, now, if I find out after the fact,
a lot of people say that after the fact.
There is no reconciliation. There's no talking it out. There's no
that is what I hear from most men.
Sorry. No, there's none of that.
Yeah. I can say that that's what I hear from the consensus of the men that I've had this conversation with is tell me, because if I find out on my own, it's a wrap. Why? Men don't do that. You don't tell, oh yeah, I'm feeling this. You get caught. And most of the time when men get caught, especially men of color, they get upset and they try to flip it. It's not I'm so, I'm so sorry, I messed up. I want to, oh well, you did, and you should have been handling, or what was you doing in my phone? You don't never need to be in my phone. Well, if it wasn't nothing there for me to see, you wouldn't be mad right now. It's just
right.
It's like the lack of accountability, but then on top of that, you expect the woman to say, you know what, I'm okay. I want to forgive you. I want to forgive you and I want us to work. Like, huh? Like, really, huh? So the fact that so many men say, if she tell me, then we might can reconcile. But if I find out on my own, it's over with. But if she find out on her own, it ain't supposed to be over with. She's supposed to give you another chance, right?
The way I look at that is this, right? If knock on wood, something like that was to ever happen in my relationship, I'm man enough to handle the consequences of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she comes to the conclusion, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore because of this particular situation, I can't be mad. I can't be mad. As a man, like I said, you have to be willing to see both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
So you also have to be man enough to accept the consequences of your actions. It's just like a motherfucker going to a store and steal whatever, and they get caught. You can't get mad at the store owner because he caught you. You can't get mad at the police because they're there to arrest you.
Right.
But they will, though.
You can't get mad at the damn judge for giving you the time. You got to be man enough to say, hey, I stole that. I got to be man enough to take that.
But we all know
who are like that, though.
We all know that you have to be cut from a certain cloth to be man enough to say, all right, that's what it is. I got to deal with it. And most men out there in the world, they'll say, oh, if you tell me first, it's going to be cool and we can work it out. Half them jokers is lying. They is straight up lying. And they need to stop. They need to stop lying to themselves. They need to stop lying to that woman. And they need to stop lying to the people that are around them, because you can't beat your chest like that. And then, when you in the corner by yourself, you let that marinate, you got a tissue wipe in your nose. But that brings us into our first bullet point, is the reason for cheating important? Let's say the woman is missing something at home. Should that man recognize that, or should he, should he recognize, own up to that he's not giving this woman what she need at home, or should he just be like still rah-rah about it? I think if you are not
still be rah-rah.
Yeah, but I think if you're not taking care of your woman at home, and especially if you know you're not taking care of your woman, because I feel like a lot of women have a lot of resiliency, a lot of patience, a lot of all this, that, and the other. And some women to give subtle hints, some women to give blatant hints, say, hey, I need this, I need that. If you ignore your woman, flat out, if you ignore your woman, that's your fault. You got to own that. You got to bite that bullet, because there's no way that your woman should not come to you for more than a goddamn week saying, I need X, Y, and Z from you, and you keep ignoring her. That's how I feel about that.
You want to go next?
I'll go ahead, so. I want to hear this.
The reasons. I agree with you, King, that you definitely got to handle your business at home. If your woman's coming to you saying, I need ABC 1, 2, 3, XYZ, whatever it is, you got to take the time to pay attention to her. But on the flip side of that, if you're doing everything that you know to do and above and beyond that, and she still step out on you, then at some point you got to say, okay, I've done what I can do. I wish you the best of luck with it. Go do your thing. Another point I would say about that is, for me, myself, if my woman was to do something like that, and I found out whatever her reasons may be, again, I would have to say, you know what? Let's just go ahead and go our separate ways. I'm not mad at you because I know that I can't fulfill every goddamn thing for you. I can't. There's no way in hell one man can physically take care or mentally or spiritually take care of everything for a woman. And that's just my perspective. Again, right. I'm not promoting that a woman do that. I'm not even saying, if my wife did some stuff like that to me, that I would be perfectly all right with it. But at the same time, I'm man enough to say, babe, I can only do as much as I can do. I'm not the man that walks on water. So I don't have all the answers. I can only sharpen you so much. But if you decide that you want somebody else to sharpen you on another part of your blade, I ain't got shit to do with that. But you have to realize at the same time that there are consequences behind that.
So the thing is, I get what you're saying. I get what Soul Touch is saying. But the thing is, a woman doesn't expect you to fill her cup. She wants the basic life water from a man, because we do know that you all are incapable of fulfilling every need, just as we are incapable of filling your every need. But when a man is not given the basic life water to feed and nourish a relationship, that's when women start to step outside. Because it's simple. I tell people all the time, relationships are not hard. You make them hard.
Yep.
You give me exactly what you want me to give you. And if for whatever reason I'm not matching that energy, then you sit me down and you say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is how this is looking to me. And how can we fix it? After that, come the Jesus meeting that y'all have with one another. If they don't actively try to meet you in the middle, because people know when they're not carrying their share of a relationship. They know.
Yep.
So if they're not actively trying to meet you halfway and pull their game up, then they do not give a fuck about, edit that. Give a dang about the relationship.
We're not editing nothing on this one. This is a good. We leaving it in there.
Then they're showing you that they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are not with you because they want to be with you. They are with you because of what they can get from you. And it could be the most smallest thing that you will never understand. Why are you with me and you dealing with me and you don't like me in any other area but this one area? And I'm not talking about the bed. I'm talking about, oh, she's really intelligent. She holds this household together. She, makes sure this is done, this is done, this is done. But all of my affection and all of my love and all of my attention goes outside of the house. I'm not giving her that. I'm not feeding her the emotional and mental support that I should be. But I just don't want to let her go. Because if she giving me this and I ain't treating her right, imagine what she gonna give somebody else that is treating her right. But what men fail to realize is women will try and try and try and try and try to get you to meet them. It don't even have to be halfway. Just show them a little bit that you're paying attention and you understand, and she'll adapt, and she'll technically settle.
Mm-hmm. Which is not
But
healthy.
what women do get, unhealthy as hell. But what women do get to a point and do is, some man out there is looking at them and they see the unhappiness. And this is where the cheating comes in. Because a man is looking at them and they're seeing the unhappiness.
Yep.
And it'd be something small, like, oh, I was out at lunch today and I know you usually drink a Sprite, but every Thursday you treat yourself to a sweet tea. I got your sweet tea for you. Just that easy. Oh, I like your shirt today, because your man at home not complimenting you because he's too busy complimenting the next chick. Oh, I like that shirt. That color look good on you. Oh, I like your hair up like that. Those little bitty things are the things that we are asking for and begging for the man at home to do. So men open the door for other men to step in and for their woman to creep through. That little crack of somebody just paying them the basic attention. And men want to say that, oh, women cheat all the time. Women cheat all the time. We really don't. We really don't. Women always cheat up. Well, me and the women I hang around, we cheat up. I'm not gonna cheat down. That's what I'm not gonna do.
But yeah,
but women cheat because they're not being fed the basic life water of a relationship every time.
Yeah, that's true. But on the flip side of that, when we talk about what's missing at home, we can't leave out how women neglect men, and in so many ways, and then they get mad when that dude go out there and cheat on them. I think
neglect men, and how I want to know what I need an example.
Okay, I'll give an example.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I'll give an example. In my last marriage, and that was a doozy.
I'm gonna be quiet on that one.
Shut up. You ain't right. But so when we first got together, we pretty much had sex like 3, 4, 5 times a week. After we got married, it went down to maybe 2, 3 times a week. Then it went to 2, 3 times every 2 months. I mean, every 2 weeks. Then it went to down 2, 3 times a month. And then it got so bad to where it was maybe 2 or 3 times every quarter. And
so we can't use the cocoa. We can't use this. This is not, she wasn't, you married a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
But
so
my
she's
point,
not the typical woman.
But my point is, now, before it got that far, I would say, hey, what's up? We ain't had sex, blah, 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 hey, what's up? And the response I got was, I'm not going to be your whore. I'm like, wait, I didn't ask you to be my whore. I'm asking my wife for sex. Like, why am I going 2 weeks and only had sex 2, 3 times? Help me understand that. So now if you see me flirting with somebody online or we out together and I'm looking at some chick walk by, she got a fat butt or something, why you mad at me? You ain't doing nothing for me. Or I don't want to have sex in the daytime with the lights on. I don't want to take all my clothes off. And I'm like, wait a minute now. Like, seriously, wait a minute. Who says that? Who does that? And then
that's right. Nobody does that. That's what I'm saying. This is not a good example.
It is a good example because that falls under something missing at home. And if like women will mention something, whether they subtly mention it or they blatantly mention it. Okay, and I was the type, look, this is what I need, this is what I want, this is what I desire. I enjoy that with you. Why am I being neglected? And I get 50 million different excuses or whatever the case may be. And I got to the point, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not even going to ask no more. Because obviously, that's not where you at. But if I go do me.
Does that mean cheat?
For me, at that point, yeah. I'm gonna keep it 100 because I see no
Not what it meant.
if nothing is physically or mentally wrong with you to where you cannot, then why are you not? And then if I'm sitting you down having a come to Jesus conversation with you and nothing changes, you think I'm gonna sit around and beat my meat? I'm not gonna do that. What am I doing that for?
Oh, we wide open tonight, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look,
So
like for
this is the
real.
thing.
Mhm.
Maybe there was an underlying issue. I mean, I just can't defend her because I just know, I know that's it. So I can't defend her, but I will defend other women that I know that go through this. And a lot of times, especially in marriages, when our bodies change, some women are self-conscious, and even though they're not telling you, and even though you might still be saying they're beautiful, they don't like what they see. They feel unattractive, so they stop doing it. Some of them are not getting something from you that they need, so they are technically withholding, which I never ever condone. They're technically withholding on purpose. And sometimes women are just exhausted and they just don't want to. We get in our groove of the day, and unfortunately, sex is not one of those things that's in the to-do list for the day. We can literally go and until one of you guys tap us and be like, yo, it's been like 3 weeks, what's up? We don't even be thinking about it. It's just, has it really been 3 weeks? I could have swore that was just like 2 days ago. So it's not always a conscious thing. It's not always a conscious thing.
Wait, you got this?
All
You
right.
got this, or should I go back in?
I got this, man. I'm gonna pull out the damn man sword. Damn.
By the power of Grayskull.
I'm trying to tell you, boy.
All right, come on now, come on.
All right, this is the way I see it. And again, this is my own personal perspective on this. You signed up for this shit. All right, you signed up for this. When you said I agree to marry you,
To
you
have it
said-
to hold.
That does not.
Nigga, I got your
Sickness
mental, I got
sickness and
your
health.
physical, I got your emotional, I got you. So when you said, yeah, I'll marry you, you're basically saying, I'm signing this contract and I'm going to take care of your physical needs. Now, if that's once a damn day or if that's 15 damn times a day, you sign up for this shit.
No, sir.
Don't
Damn
come
it,
at me
you-
like
you-
that.
Now you're going too far.
Don't come at me like that.
Sir.
Because here's the thing, right? You know, as a man, the average man, he enjoys physical activities with his woman. Because the thing about that is, it's not just sex, it's the emotional connection that's going on. You know what I'm saying? If a man don't enjoy being physical with you, he's not going to take the time to get it in with you like that. But as long as your man saying, hey, babe, let's do this thing, that's his way of saying, I love you. I enjoy this interaction time with you. I need that. That helps me know that I'm loved, and that lets me express my love for you. That's what it is.
Let me jump on there before we move forward. Now,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Now, you said a woman could get in her groove and pretty much that'd be the furthest thing from her mind. Now, I'm not going to say that's not true. I'm not going to say that that's not possible. But what I will say is, if a man says that same damn thing, 9 times out of 10, he is catching hell. Oh, babe, I was busy.
Oh, yeah.
I had a project going on. I had to cut the grass. Oh, I'm tired from work. I just wanted to come home, take a shower, and lay down. And the first thing coming out her, well, some women's mouth for, well, who you been sleeping with? Wait a minute. I was working.
Man.
I got busy at work. I had a stressful day. I had this, I had that. So if it's okay. Oh, and another thing that I will say, because you said women go through changes, this, that, and the other. Men go through changes. Sometimes they don't, they look in the mirror and be like, I'm not feeling like that stud that I was like 3 years ago, and women will sit there and be like, "Oh, baby, you're sexy to me," and women expect the man to be like, "Oh, she said I'm sexy. Let me beat my chest because she said I'm sexy." But hold up, we can say the same thing, and y'all look at us like we got 4 eyes on our forehead, and it's like, yo, wait a minute, where's the
But
reciprocation here?
when men don't feel sexy, what do men do?
I don't know what men do, but I'm gonna tell you what I do. I will tell somebody I feel fat. I don't feel attractive, and I promise
So
you,
what do you do? So what do you do in the meantime?
I don't do shit.
Me?
I mean, I don't do anything about
go
it.
ahead, son.
Wait, let me finish before you jump in there. I don't like I can say I don't feel attractive, whatever the case may be. And
Do you stop flirting?
flirting with who? My woman or the woman I'm dealing with? Or period?
All of them, because period. Because at the end of the day, a man is never not flirting. I don't care what
Oh,
his relationship status is.
look, everybody who knows me knows I'm a big ass flirt. I'm a flirt 365. And if I'm in a relationship,
Exactly.
if I'm in a
So when you're
relationship, I
saying
will
you
do it
feel that way, do you
respectfully.
stop flirting?
No.
Exactly. So when a woman feels unattractive, she's not doing any of those things because she feels truly unattractive. Period.
Let the new dude come and start flirt with her. She gonna feel attractive.
Go ahead, son.
Yeah, go
Come
ahead.
on, chime in.
Oh, I still got a little bit.
That's men. That's what I was thinking about men. When you feel unattractive, the first thing you do is you try to find someone younger. You know, she fly and all of that because you want to see if you still can pull that.
I ain't going younger.
My topic on that, or my feelings on that, is I've been there. I've done that. I've been to the point where I'm like looking at myself like, dude, Ebony, you got to get it together, bro. You got to get it together. You see that mushroom thing, that and the sagging chest, that's not getting it, bro. It's not. So it's kind of like one of the things where I check myself, like, I don't care if you have to do some damn push-ups right quick, you know, or go out there and lift a few weights, but you got to do something to get yourself in that right mind frame of, okay, I don't like the way I look right now, so let me do something to change it. I can't take it out on my woman because she cooked good. I can't, be mad at myself because I like to eat good. Only thing I can do is damn work out and lose that shit.
Or flirt with the next chick and see if she likes fluffy.
Lord.
I'm thinking about that one. For me, I don't get down like that. I'll be honest with you. I'm just as much as a flirt as the next person, but if I'm in that mind state of, damn, I really need to concentrate on my body, I don't like the way I look, then that's the furthest damn thing from my mind. I don't need that flirtation interaction to build up my ego, because I know that I'm in charge of my damn body. So I can't be mad at anybody else if I don't like the way I look.
Gotcha.
So what about when a relationship is getting boring?
Relationship getting boring. Oh my goodness. I could go in on that, but I'm not.
Because that's part of the cheating. That's part of the topic. You're gonna have to go in on that.
And I think that's something that makes women cheat a lot too.
What I will say is this: when it comes down to the how should I put this? The interaction you have with your woman, as far as things getting boring or stale or however you want, it's on you. Like, again, that's one of them things where you have to look at the relationship like, damn, this shit is getting boring. What can I do to change this shit? Because if you're looking for the next person, whether it be your female or, your male in a relationship, looking at them to make you interact with them, they're not going to take it upon themselves if they don't see you trying to put in the work. So it's all about putting in that damn work for me. Like my wife, she will tell you, hey, your ass is getting boring. Okay, I got it. Mental note. let's do something about that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the type I can handle it. So I'm glad when she tell me, hey, let's do something. She might not, put in the phrase of nigga, you getting bored.
Ebony.
Thank you, Ebony. Ebony, you getting bored. She might say something like, hey, let's get out the house. Let's try something we never tried before. Let's go to a museum or the beach or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I've learned, that you can't always rely on the next person to identify when a relationship's getting boring. For yourself when it's getting boring. So
Yep.
Step it up, son. Step up.
Yeah.
Ladies, you too. You walking around with your little hair not done no more, eyebrows bushy, your nails all chipped up, and walking around with these dirty house shoes on, sliding across the floor. Come on now.
Oh man.
Ain't washed your headscarf in 3 weeks. It smell like slobber and butt. I mean, it's the same. I feel like women, they know when they not doing what they should to make things interesting.
Yeah.
Goes back to what Soul Toucher was saying, ooh, that girl code I was about to break just now. Ooh, that girl code I almost broke. I'm gonna save it. Women and men are the same, and it ties back to one of the things we talked about already. Our representatives. Our representatives want the job. So our representatives put in the work to get the job. Once we got the job, we don't do all of the things that the representative was doing to get the job. That was that best foot forward.
Right.
Same as men. So when Soul Toucher was saying, we was having sex, that's because there was an audition. We knew there was an audition, and we wanted the part of the wife.
Oh man.
We wanted the role of the wife. So I'm gonna sex this person like crazy until I get the ring. Once I get the ring, I've won the prize. I don't gotta keep doing all of that. I've gotten what I want from you. So you're gonna take what I give you from here on out. Cause like, what you gonna do? Divorce me? Just
that's
saying. That's how some women view things. And when a woman is looking for just security, she has calculated everything she will benefit from being with you.
I can agree with
that. And once she sizes it up and she figures, okay, this is my best bet to have a positive outcome in life, or to get me to where I'm comfortable, and for whatever reason she chooses you, she will do every single thing in her power for you to choose her back. But once you choose her,
it's a wrap.
She has accomplished her sole purpose, which is to have you. And she's not going to do those things that she had to do to get you. She's not going to do those things to keep you, because she figures, even if this falls apart, I'm married to him, so I'm going to walk away with something. Which is the outlook. So you have to be very careful when walking down that marriage road, is what I will tell fellas straight up, because gold diggers are not always obvious, because not everyone wants the fast cash. Some people's game is the long game. They run marathons.
Yeah, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
So that's 99% of the time when a woman changes up that drastically, it's because the goal was never to be truly in love with you. The goal was to gain from you. And she's gained the ultimate prize. She's got the golden Olympic ring.
I got you, son. Got you.
I'll add on. I got two things to add on to that before we move on. I totally agree with you on that, because a lot of women, women, mainly women, they will say, what you gonna do, divorce me? And some women do it in a manner that make the man feel guilty. She'll guilt him into staying, and he'll be miserable. And, she might do something like, suck him off, swallow his kids, roll him over, play with his butt, what tickle his face, whatever. Just
hold on, man.
Just to make him feel like a man for a short while.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to make him feel like a man for a little while. It's like it's a mental game, and some dudes are not,
of course,
built to see that for what it is. But play with me, I would divorce you quick. I ain't playing. No. And
we know.
Hey,
I'm gonna add one thing on to that,
but
and that is when you get married, you never stop playing the game.
Never.
And what I mean by that is you think because you married, hey, I can be comfortable, I can take this goddamn representative. Oh shit, nigga, I'm good. That you just went from one field to the next field, son. That's all it is.
Right.
Yeah.
That don't mean that you get the chance to, sit back and throw up your heels. That just means the rules of the game have changed. That's all. You never stop playing the game ever.
But so many people don't understand that. I mean, they don't listen to what them old heads used to say back in the day. The same thing you had to do to get your partner is the same thing you got to do to keep your partner. They forget that's what the old heads said. That is probably some of the best advice that I had ever been given in my whole life. And it was a lady that was 76 years old that told me that. She was like, baby, just because you got a husband don't mean that he's supposed to just stay. The same thing you did to get your husband is the same thing you got to do to keep your husband, and vice versa.
Right.
So, I mean, people forget. They always forget that love is a verb. It's an action word.
Yeah. And
always an action word.
All that freaky shit you did to get him, that's the same
right.
freaky shit
Yeah.
you gotta do
You
to
better
keep
keep
him.
You gotta be that tip drill even after the ring.
Yeah.
Trying to because that credit card ain't gonna stop flying.
But the thing is, after we get married, we shouldn't have to be a tip drill so often.
Right. Yeah.
We just want to be a tip drill, on special occasions.
Yeah.
And that's
birthdays and Christmas.
That's the thing, though. That goddamn special occasion. That's that shit that fly out the window for me, son.
Right? Yeah.
I need that. I need that tip drill at least once or twice a week.
See, that's the thing, But okay.
Don't holler at me on payday.
We're gonna venture off for just a second. I'm gonna go off on a tangent for a second.
All right, go ahead, break it down.
It's always up to the woman to keep it spicy. We got to put the heels on. We got to spin on the poles. We got to do the tricks. We got to smell good. We got to look good. What do y'all bring? What do y'all bring to keep it spicy for? Same old dick.
Whoa! Time out. Wait a
man
minute.
Gotta keep
Wait a
himself
minute.
in goddamn shape.
He gotta stay creative.
Yes, and he damn sure better stay flirting with his wife. He gotta flirt with his wife.
He do.
It's not.
He need to, but technically, who's doing all the dressing up? Who's doing all the work to keep the tip drill? Is always the one that has to be on point.
Hey,
like what are y'all doing?
It's not our fault that we were born with an outie instead of an innie, okay? That's the only thing I'm saying.
Plenty of things that you can do though to make it spicy. Won't men ever just be like, you know what? I'm gonna dance for you tonight, baby.
Hey.
Some men do that.
I
Some
do
men
many
do that.
Things, but there's some things I'm just not gonna do. And dancing for my
stop!
I'm not gonna shake my ass. I'm not gonna get no dollars. No, baby, you're not gonna throw no dollars at me.
You about to open us up to get hit.
I might flex a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, baby. Look at boy. I've been hitting that gym up this week. You know what I'm talking about? But that dance,
a little
twerking and all that.
It don't even have to be a twerk, but I'm just saying, y'all can roll with it. Y'all can roll with it, make it spicy. But that's what you expect from the woman, though.
Don't always do it in the bed. That's the best advice I ever got from an overhead. Don't always do it.
That don't always work.
Do it in the back seat of your own car in the garage, or on the side of the freeway, or on your back porch. Keep it moving, son. That's the best advice I ever got.
Yeah,
far
that's good
as keeping
advice.
it
That's really
spicy.
good advice from that. Yeah, you keep it spicy. But again, I'm just saying, why we always got to be tip drills? Why can't y'all be tip drills sometimes?
Yeah, I'll tip drill the hell
Okay.
out of somebody. Yeah,
Don't let
but
her
the
throw the dollars, man.
but the
I'm gonna
last thing I wanted
stay
to
out
say
that lane.
about it getting boring is that if but man or woman, if you know that you're bored, that other person is
Mm-hmm.
bored as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way you're gonna sit there and be
Definitely.
there's no way you're gonna sit there and be like, I'm bored, and you looking at this other person, you think they are. Nah, they more bored than you are. Like for real, for
Mm-hmm.
real.
True that. So
Yeah.
that leads us into our next segment. Tired of the same old thing.
Ooh.
Mm.
Tired of the same old thing. And I'm gonna leave this one off. I have a really close friend of mine, very close friend, right? I ain't gonna say no names. You know how I get down. But my boy, his
Mm-hmm.
wife is gorgeous. I mean, everybody be talking about, man, damn, you got a pretty ass wife. But his attitude is this: just because I have a steak at home, don't mean I don't want a bologna sandwich every goddamn now and then.
Oh, Lord.
See,
And that's the way he
see,
look at it. And I'm like, hey, do your thing, playboy. Do your thing. Okay, I'm done.
that goes back to women
I was about to
being
say the same
expected
thing.
to accept. We're supposed to accept that. But if we say we want a little strange on the side, all hell breaks loose. Fuck you mean? What am I? What am I not doing? Why do you feel like you need? I didn't say you weren't doing anything. I'm just tired of the same old shit. I just,
Mhm.
I know what we gonna do before we even get into bed. You gonna spit shine it for 10 minutes. You gonna start off. You gonna start off laying on your side, then we're gonna roll over the mission edge. You gonna fuck me for 10 minutes, then you gonna hit it with the doggy style, and we're gonna be finished in 26 minutes. We know this. It's a routine. It's boring, and we're tired of the same old meat. The thing about a man is you don't grow anymore. You don't get wider. It's the same. Women, when you get looser, we can tighten that thing back up. We can do all kinds of stuff down there.
Mm.
So essentially, you're not necessarily getting the same thing. But women, we are definitely getting the same old package. Same sorry ass sausage over and over and over. And we might love the man it's attached to, but it's still the same. And you're doing the same routine. The
Mm.
same routine. So not only is it boring, we've adjusted to your size. So we know what we can do to make it be over with in 2 seconds, or we know, okay, he can go this long in this position. Okay, and then boom, I gotta turn to something else to make it last a little longer. Boom, I gotta do this. Oh, boom, I need to do that. You men in general are terrible in the bed after a prolonged period. You're terrible. You don't do anything different. You don't do anything creative. You don't have anything to offer but the same old same. But if we come to you and say, you know what, I want some strange what? Some is that a new fruit? What is that? Because I know damn well you ain't
Oh
talking about no
man.
man.
Oh
Men
man.
are territorial, yet they want to have a bologna sandwich every now and again. But y'all want us to eat the same tired ass shriveled up sausage day in and day out and not
Mm.
get tired of it.
That makes me that reminds me of The Color Purple when Celie said he just climbed on top of me and just had do his business. And Suge
Like you're
said,
going to the toilet on me.
right. And Suge said, why, Miss Celie, you still a virgin?
Exactly.
So I mean, I do agree with you because and yeah, I mean, if you get in the bed and you do your 13, 26 minutes and you done, you roll over, you pant hard, wipe your forehead, then get up and go wash your meat in the sink. She's still laying there talking about like, what about me? You know? Um, but I mean, man, I think that is that's a thing, because you could be doing everything that you need to do, and that woman or that man still be tired of that same old thing. You could be attached, you could be in love with the person that is attached to that part, but it's still old.
And now and again, you just want a little strange. That's a basic human feeling. It's natural.
I don't
Now whether you act on it or not is completely up to you, but everybody has that feeling.
And then that goes back to that takes me to a point that you made before, when you in a previous episode, when you was like, a person that says they want just me is creepy. So
exactly.
so at the end of the day, how do you get around that same old thing, when if that person is doing everything that they need to do, everything that you want them to do, and you get tired of that same old thing and all they want is you? Do you still think that's creepy? Should you do something else in the relationship to spice it up? Like, what do you do in that point? Because if you tired of the same old thing, you just tired of the same old thing. It don't matter what they do.
I think that there's ways to spice it up. Like it might be the same old meat package, but if you wrap it up different and you present it different, then I get a whole new feel. It's like a whole new toy, but it's the same toy. So, for instance, with me, I have a KitchenAid. And I've had that KitchenAid, and I love my KitchenAid, love it. But I kept looking at it like, I'm gonna get me a different KitchenAid because this one, I'm tired of this one. I'm tired of it. Not because it was broke or anything, I'm just tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of getting a new one, I got a wrap. I made it a whole different color and put a little snazzy design. I love my KitchenAid all over again. Same ass KitchenAid, but it looks new. Just saying.
Now, we know damn well that if a woman is tired of the same old meat, she just tired of the same old meat. Ain't too many ways you can wrap that meat up to make it different and keep her from cheating. Period.
Like Son said, you got to keep it spicy. You got to keep it moving.
Look here. If you know what, and I'm gonna say this: if it's to that point, and that man is not confident within himself as a man, he ain't gonna be able to handle that. Period.
So check this out. I'm gonna tell you this true story. There was a point when I was in a relationship, and at home, sex was, regular. When we would go on vacations, it was something about a hotel room that changed him into a completely different beast. Got to the point where I was trying to book little getaways like every few weeks. Like let's just go. Let's not even leave town. Let's just go to the hotel this weekend. I'm telling you, it's all about how you're handling the business in the bed.
Presentation matters, I guess. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I got two sides to that, right?
Oh shit.
All right.
First side is what I was saying earlier about keep it spicy. And as far as the actual meat itself, yes, you can wrap it up and you can goddamn put in a different stew, as they say, but it's still the same old. So sometimes you might want to bring in toys. You might. Something like that.
Big fan.
You might need to
go along get my ass into the next century.
with the role playing, you know what I'm saying? You got to do things like that. And I'm not saying I do all that, but I'm saying shit is on my mind. But
what? That is the most spiciest thing you can do. You should try it.
I will say is this kind of goes back to the whole cheating thing, right? Again, by no means do I condone cheating. If that's what you do, that's what you do. Not my business. But if your woman cheats on you or your man cheats on
Wait, time out. Did you just give a disclaimer, son?
Pretty much.
I am not.
I'm saying if that's what you do, that's what you do.
Oh
You gave a
man.
disclaimer.
But
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it was kind of funny.
The point that I'm making here is, again, that goes back to: are you man enough or woman enough to handle that type of situation if it happens? Me, I believe I'm strong enough. Would I encourage that shit to happen? Hell no. Do I understand if that shit happens? Hey, my wife is just as human as I am. So, with that being said, if something like that was to occur, I can't be mad at her for being fucking human. I can't. But at the same time, nigga, I'm bouncing. Excuse me, Ebony, I'm bouncing. But I can't get mad at someone for being human. So
It is a human being. Well, why bounce though?
For someone that say,
if you know it's human, why leave?
Because for me, at that point, I would look at you different. It's not that I don't love you anymore. It's just that I look at you.
The new car smell is gone.
You put yourself in a whole nother space. And I can't be mad at her, if she felt that way about me in that particular situation. It's something like that was occur, whatever. Again, I think the biggest thing about human nature is we expect for someone to stay
miserable,
sexually interested in us at 24/7, and I just don't think that shit is humanly possible.
It's not.
I don't think it's humanly possible either. Which goes back to another conversation we had a while back, and it's that whole monogamy thing.
If a woman is looking at another man, or my wife is looking at another man, I don't give two fucks. I don't.
Well, this is the thing. I feel like it's all right to look at the menu. Just eat at home if you're in a monogamous relationship. Let that be your spice of life. If you gotta now, I know two people, a dude and a girl, that I'm really close with, and both of them have told me at different times in their life that they literally fantasize about being with somebody else when they in the bed with their spouse. For me, it's cheating. I mean, that's just me. For me, that is cheating. But they've also said it's been some of the best sex they've had with their spouse in long periods of time. So I guess whenever people are looking, it's more of a, for me, I'll look because that's human nature. You're attracted to what you're attracted to. You're going to notice it. You're going to look at it. That's just natural. It doesn't matter if you can be happy and absolutely satisfied with your relationship, but if something that you're attracted to crosses your path, you are going to look. That's just human nature. When you're out and about and you're looking, at what point do you say, hey, you're taking it too far? This is way too far. So I guess my question is, what actually does cheating consist of? Is it just the look? Is it the text? Is it the thoughts? What is it? Like, when we say cheating, what is it really? Is it just a physical act?
I think it's one of those things where it depends on the individual. Because some individuals say if you're talking to somebody else, you're cheating. Some people say if you screwing somebody else, you cheat. Somebody else might say you spent a little bit of time with somebody else, you cheat.
Right.
It just depends on the individual.
Yeah, it depends on that relationship. Yeah. So that's part one of can men handle a cheating woman. Again, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send us an email, kingandi369@gmail.com, or send us a voice message on Anchor. We would love to have your feedback on this topic and any other topic, and look out for us coming live so that you can potentially be a live guest on our podcast. And that was part one.
Ooh.